The Amish do not typically seek converts. And there are a few reasons why. They include the fact that the Amish have large families, very large families. 6, 8, 10 children is not uncommon, and the majority of those children choose to join the Amish typically. 80% or more is typical. They're not a group that has problems in terms of their growth. They're rapidly growing. So the Amish tend to put a lot of their focus on their own because they have, again, they have large families, and most Amish parents would like their children to also choose an Amish path. But, in healthy situations, they are accepting of those that decide that that's not for them. So the Amish decide whether or not to be baptized once they reach adulthood, usually after the age of 18, 20, 22, in that range. There's also a practical issue here. It's typically very difficult for outsiders to join the Amish. If you can imagine the drastic change in lifestyle that you would have as a non-Amish person becoming Amish, or just in terms of the technology, the clothing, the way of life, the lifestyle. And it's also a question of the mentality too, because at least in America, we have an emphasis on individualism. The personal is prioritized often above the community. In the Amish world, the community tends to come first over the personal, right? So you have sort of a change in mentality there. Now, the Amish are definitely still individuals, but the emphasis is on the good of the community. And, an emphasis on being selfless in terms of being more community focused. And some people struggle with that. So it's a question of mentality as well. It's also not a strain of Christianity that emphasizes gaining converts. They're not a proselytizing group. They're not a group that seeks converts. It's not a self-promoting strain of Christianity, for lack of a better term. So they tend to take care of their own. If someone does want to join, that is possible, but it's not something that the Amish actively seek. There's a saying you may hear some Amish repeat, and that's let your light shine, but don't shine it in someone's face. Okay, so in other words, kind of being an example, but not actively trying to convert people or convince them that the Amish way of Christianity is the best way and is the way that they should go. Now, that doesn't mean it's impossible to join the Amish. For those that do attempt to join the Amish, there are some groups and communities where that may be easier than in others. One example that often comes up is the New Order Amish. I did do a much longer video on joining the Amish and gave some examples of people who had joined the Amish, including Marlene Miller, who was a woman in Ohio who became Amish and lived as an Amish person for over 50 years. So if you like this video, if you don't mind, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with the videos. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you next time.